All right, click the link to the channel here over at subscribe. Start now over at Odyssey. Thanks to 90 members over there. Odyssey's been growing, I don't know, 100 times faster than YouTube. Weird. So, Kennergy is triggering the Barbie feminist virtue signaling useful idiots on Twitter, the NPCs. And the thing I'm hearing is the phrase media literacy. The whole argument about the music doesn't matter, but that phrase that came out of that is weird because it feels, you're going to say 1984. That's the only thing the right is familiar with. Now, I'm familiar with all those books, buddy, because it's like you guys thought those were guidelines. It feels a little weird when they talk about media literacy, as if we need to go to, let me guess, camps to get educated on media literacy, so that we make sure we know what the message of your narrative is, who the protagonist is, the antagonist, that we're coming out of it pointed in the right direction. Like, you really don't want people think for themselves and come to their own conclusion. The left wing is terrified of that. That open marketplace of ideas scares the hell out of them. So, and I'm not just throwing that out there. It's like, that's why they have to censor and deplatform, because they have bad ideas and they can't argue them well. So media literacy is not accepting the globalist media narrative. Why on earth would you? If you like the wrong people in a movie or comic, then you're not media literate. And they're having that Watchmen conversation about liking the wrong kind of heroes there. I'll do a video on that too. With I think Literature Devil wrote an article for that for Phantom Pulse. But here they're actually upset about the wrong song winning in a self-indulgent, silly movie with just women talking about feminism and just lectures on nonsense and patriarchy and just stupid stuff. And then at the end of the movie, I think there's like vagina. It's like, is that the whole feminist worldview, is what's between their legs? Because honestly, it seems like it. So most women think feminism is lame. They have frustrations with men. I know this is a male audience, but sometimes we can, I guess, be a little bit much. I think I'm adorable, but maybe some other guys. But they know feminism is just a globalist psyop to destroy the family. Anyway, so I was reading these comments on Twitter because I saw this. I saw some of these YouTubers were doing videos on it, and I thought, YouTube. It's like everyone on YouTube lies their ass off. Everything's just exaggeration. It's all clickbait. YouTube is just so cringy. But then I went and I read their comments like, no, they're really upset about this. And like, how are these Twitter people real? It's like these people live on Twitter. Anyway, so I'm reading the comments, and the movie is unfortunately going to have a sequel because it did really well, like $1.5 billion. That was a surprise hit. But the whining aside, and some of it is coming from male feminists. Oh wait, I'll show you. I was going to say, AKA back hole struggle snugglists. The thing is with these, the male feminists, these guys, I was going to show you a picture, but now I guess I can't because I'm implying that he's a crime of moral turpitude. So one of these male feminists is spurging out. The thing is, they all look like you owe them something. They're all angry. Probably a lack of pussy is what gets these guys so angry. And so the phrase I keep seeing in this is media literacy is triggering all these pussy cat ladies. That's the new left wing, the Soros kids that love the media, the government, and big pharmaceutical companies. The new left wing is supported by Bank of America. So media literacy is when you're taking the wrong message from the globalist propaganda. It's why the left can't meme, because everything they do is a straw man, overwritten piece of nonsense where every cartoon antagonist is blonde, red-haired, or green or blue-eyed. It's a guy with a, crooked cross patches on his motorcycle vest. It's just every cliche you could possibly think of. And then you look around for that guy in real life, and yeah, occasionally there's those kind of, LARPy stereotype guys. There's just not a whole lot of them. It's like, so is that person hurting anyone, or are they just like moisturized, flourishing, staying in their lane? I was like, we don't like the fuck the draft. Remember that? Live free or die. You don't like the free speech. It's like suddenly the left is against free speech. Anyway, the thing is, in real life, it's like these straw man characters, because the left wing, yeah, hey Antifa, how come you're not going up to these skinhead motorcycle gangs? Because we're not bulletproof? Yeah, so they go after like little old ladies in the crosswalk. Literally the images of these mentally ill kids attacking parents concerned about the degeneracy taught in these current Weimar schools. What was it? Up in Canada, I think the Indians were protesting about something about the schools, and in L.A. it was the Latin parents protesting because if the white parents protest, they'll just get doxxed and fired, so they can't. So it's got to be people who are on the oppression hierarchy somewhere, according to the globalist left. So then Antifa gets on Twitter and they go, "We're gonna have to deport these people." Whoa, based guys. See, I knew we weren't that far apart. It's like this horseshoe theory is coming true. Anyway, so the new left wing useful idiots are total. No, you guys want to do it for the wrong reasons. We're doing it for the right reasons. You're the wreckers of progress, but it's like, but the conclusion's the same. Anyway, so the new left-wing useful idiot kids are totally on board the media narrative because they're on the same page. And they're like, you don't think you got subverted and corrupted? No. We changed the narrative. We're actually controlling this $1 trillion industry. Yeah, that's not likely. That's just not likely at all. It's more likely that you got subverted and corrupted. You, the 35-year-old, couch surfing, drug habit, in and out of jail, suddenly is speaking truth to power and protesting, a little prostitution in the side. Yeah, you're not changing the system. The system subverted and corrupted you because they have billions of dollars of resources. You ever wonder where that money came from for all those signs and the rental cars and all that kind of stuff? Oh, just donations. Yeah, no, it's not where it comes from. Anyway, the left-wing BLT kids are on the same side as CNN and Chase Bank and the Puppet Masters, and they think that they're the counterculture. Now, if you call out the globalist government and media, the left wing gets triggered. Oh, it's a far right-wing dog whistle. Yeah, okay, except a few years ago, the left wing was also against the media, the government, the military, and the big global homogenization, I'll say. Gosh, what happened? Because it seemed like they got subverted and corrupted. The idea that there's a side to take within the fictional Hollywood narrative is the psyop. And the thing with Hollywood is it's not just the money. Obviously, they're selling a product for $15 a ticket to a movie and the streaming services. Yeah, that's one side of it. That's the surface stuff. And the sub rosa stuff is the narrative they're pushing. And that's obviously the more dangerous stuff when you realize that, these companies are making these woke propaganda movies at a loss. Oh, that's weird because that's a motive I can't understand. If I'm looking at the surface level articles and corporation of some company in Delaware, whatnot, the motive doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah, that's right. It's not a financial motive. It's a religion. Anyway, so a few decades ago, the hippie left wouldn't even see a corporate bubblegum 2-hour commercial. Now the teeny bopper TikTok feminists think the $1 billion movie is on their side. It's funny because the libertarian far right now is closer in alignment to the actual left from a few decades ago. Yeah, the feminist empowerment movie from a toy company based on Margot Robbie, one of the most beautiful women alive today. Yeah, you're being empowered by paying to see that and support that message. The psyop is paying any attention to Hollywood whatsoever. To think these corporate Hollywood parasites are on your side is absolutely insane. This new politically correct Mao's children left is unrecognizable from the left that was fighting for free speech. If you have any emotional attachment to the Barbie movie, then you got played. Don't double down on it. Just cut your losses from all of Hollywood. Oh, the writer's strike. Oh, I get into the Twitter comments. I go, why don't you guys just, stop supporting Hollywood? A needle scratch on the record. But we got to watch our shows. What happened? What happened to all these people who are addicted to shows? And if you're on the right and you're watching sports ball, it's the same thing. It's you don't need to actually watch moving images on a screen at all. Have you considered that? Or, hey, we're watching you, listening to you anyway. Yeah, but this isn't the mainstream. It's there's a difference between alt media and the mainstream. Even something as pussy milquetoast as the stuff that's allowed on YouTube, which is 100% cancer. Definitely get on Odyssey and the other platforms. So the left-wing kids worried that people are not getting the right propaganda message from the, the bad people in Hollywood because we lack media literacy, blood drinking lizards, which sounds like conditioning to just accept the narrative from the people who fly to islands type of stuff. Why on earth would anyone trust anything from MSN, Hollywood, or any big company, including the company that makes, we'll call it the farming industry, and suddenly the left wing's 100% on board that industry that makes farm products. How'd the left turn into such brainwashed, gullible pussies? No, kids, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are not on your side. They're not going to shake up the system. Obama has changed. Like, no, that's if they're allowed power in a corrupt system, then they're not there to help you. It's the left wing themselves who say how corrupt the system is, but they think Schumer, AOC, and the rest are the good guys. If the system is corrupt, and I agree with you, it is, then everyone in it is a fruit of the poison tree. The naivety of the left and the right drive me up the wall. You can apply this. Yes, you can apply it to our side as well. If you find yourself simping for a politician, then something is wrong. Maybe Ron Paul has got some common sense, but that would be it. And yes, that includes Trump and his associates, I guess. Anyway, so people need to be way more cynical and jaded. Media literacy is examining who owns shares, who works at those companies, and not trusting anything from MSN. They're selling a product, and it's a narrative. It's not just there to sell ad space. They're doing something else. At one time, there were left-wing kids who would laugh their asses off the idea of anyone paying to see Barbie. That left wing has been gone for over 30 years. And, no, the right wing, the Ben Shapiro at the Daily Wire, they're not. He's not making conservative movies. Watch his movies more carefully with a jaded eye. And go, who's the antagonist and the protagonist? Just some dudes. No. Like, take notes. Who's the protagonist and antagonist? Oh, that's weird. What a weird quinkydink. Yeah, it's not a quinkydink. So the idea of the left wing making Barbie $1 billion+ and not just sailing the high seas for it. How are these useful idiots on the left at all? It's like, you're saying everything is lighthearted and frivolous? Yeah, and I don't know. The left had always made fun of the right for being such plastic normies and, just Coomer consumers for, NFL and sports ball and NASCAR and just the garbage stuff they market to the right wing that's just controlled ops, sugar-coated poison is left. And then you look at the left and it's like, oh yeah, let's go support this Hollywood movie, this $1 trillion industry. Like, oh, you guys it's just kind of the middle of the bell curve that is the political bell curve that is just the Coomer consumers on both sides. And, yeah, you understand, I gotta have my shows. They said that like literally on Twitter several times. There's some shows, and the thing is, then I went online, I went sailing to go watch some of the shows that these people are watching. I'm like, oh my God, how do you watch this stuff? Everything is telegraphed from a mile away, and it's just the safest, most milquetoast, boring, message-approved cancer. Even if it's not super woke, it's just nothing. And these people are like, God, I love the shows. Like, oh man. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all probably on alt media eventually.